Hello everyone and welcome to another Evil Geniuses replay review, brought to you by me, ThorZaIN, and the team Evil Geniuses. So today we have a TvP on Antiga Shipyard. Let's speed this up. Against the player City on the ladder. So yeah, just pairing up my workers, doing the manner stuff, HF, GLHF. For some reason I walled in this game, at least my starting depot. I don't generally do that, but I guess I was thinking about other stuff. My Protoss opponent is going for the pylon. Well, obviously he's going for a pylon, but what I meant to say is he's going for a gateway build, not Nexus first. Barracks, no gas, I'm going for a 1x expansion, the most standard build nowadays, TvP by far. If you're not going it, you need to do some kind of damage. Or like damage in the way that your opponent thinks you're going for some kind of all-in, but you're not. So he cuts probes or something. That's also damage in some way. But yeah, 1x expansion, no gas, it's generally the best opening. Doesn't matter if he sees it or not, there's nothing he can really do against it to counter it. So, he's oversaturated here, he should put some probes in gas. But that's not my problem. Get my second depot, second marine. Keep making SCVs, and when 150 minerals, second barracks. And then gas as soon as possible. Another gas when money allows. But yeah, I scouted with a 14 scout, which makes me able to go here and there before a stalker comes out. And I send my first marine here, which will also arrive before a stalker comes out. And with it I was able to see an expansion. He already saw my expansion, so there's nothing my marine can keep his probe from scouting really. He could see my second barracks going up, but that's not a big tell. So this game I have two guys in each geyser. Depends on what follow-up I'm going for, if I'm going for fast medevacs or not. I saw the expansion, which meant a late stalker. So I put my bunker down relatively late, because one salad isn't really that frightening. You can micro against it and you'll be fine. Drop some mules. 14 workers. Built my third barracks. Going for marines and stim as soon as possible. Oh no, this game I went for combat shields. Oh yeah, I remember now. This is a game where I went for I tried out a combat shield kind of push. But it didn't really do much, it just scared him. I never really committed to it though. So he goes for the standard 3-gate and robo. He's slacking a bit with his pro production. But maybe that was only that time. So yeah, at this point, just have one SCV, keep building depots over and over and over and over. You don't need to be... I see a lot of players thinking they're really good when they're like 46 out of 70, but that just keeps everything from being smooth in the build. You would have delayed the factory, the engineering bay, and everything. So 3 guys in each geyser when you start your factory. I think I went for an earlier third, so I delayed my gases a bit. Get to +1 as soon as possible after your factory started. Yeah, now I just moved out with my combat shield about to finish. I wouldn't really recommend this build on because it's very dangerous if he would be aggressive at all. I just took the risk and hoped he wasn't. And I saw the observer, so I realized that he couldn't really be too aggressive with like 8-gate or something like that. So he kills only one marine, wastes 3 force fields, which is okay for me. It's not the best. I mean, it's not the end of the world for him. But he's very late with his follow-up tech, like upgrades or Colossi or just Immortal or Twilight Council. I'm not sure why. Maybe it's because he warped in a lot of zealots when he saw my push come, or maybe it's just some other reason. So yeah, I got my third and fourth refinery and my fifth racks. So I was wrong about the thing I said earlier about making my fast third. I had recently watched Bomber play a lot on Battlegrounds, and he often went for the fourth and fifth tracks before his third. So I just wanted to experiment a little bit with that. The Stalker here, scouting. Yeah, I guess I should have scouted my third. I guess it's a big tell, a big tell of what's coming from my side if he sees that there's no third. So he puts down 3 more gateways and a Templar Archives. Gets charge. Yeah, charge is such an important upgrade. It's so essential in this matchup. Even when you're going Colossus, I recommend getting charge relatively fast as well. Unless you're going for the Mass Stalker Colossus play. So continue my upgrades. Get ghosts. I didn't really see anything, but I was planning on doing a build like a 2-base ghost push, like really late ghost push with Vikings to counter Colossus build. But he went for fast storm, which makes it really risky because I wouldn't have too many ghosts. And if I miss those EMPs, I'm pretty much screwed. So when I saw that when he had Templars, I changed my plan and went for a third base and more ghosts. I accidentally built another Ghost Academy, but I realized that I already had one, so I cancelled it. My factory, standing here, scouting just for anything. His Stalker deflected my SCV from building the third, effectively denying it for another 30 seconds or so. At this point he's moving out. I don't like this at all from him. I think very late forges and very early Colossi. He's just too spread out at his tech tree at this moment. But I see that there's no third going up, which makes me play very defensively. I'm very scared for like Templar Archon kind of push, because at this point I only have 2 and now my third ghost coming in, which is, if he has like 5 Templars and they're all spread out, it can be really hard. So I built my sensor tower to see if he's killing the rocks, if he's spread out. Like, sensor towers are really good because you can see straight Templars waiting for me to attack them, or just waiting for me to cast the EMPs. So if I see dot here, I can scan and see, oh, there's 2 Templars, let's save some EMPs for them as well. So he goes for the really fast Colossus, but still with very slow upgrades. I don't like it because it's just like 0-0 Colossus. Yeah, Colossus are good, but I'd prefer more upgrades. Like the charge lots scale pretty well with attack upgrades because they get +2 from an 16 base damage. And obviously armor is very good as Marines combined with the Guardian Shield. So his third is really late as well, because he's going Templar and Colossus on 2 base and then taking a third. So yeah, I saw that he had a Colossus, but there's only one and it's very, he mismicroed that. Now I see that he has another Colossus. If you would have had both these Colossus at the same time up here, I probably wouldn't have engaged. But now I realize that, well, one Colossus is good against Marines, obviously, but I will still probably be able to be cost effective. Kill some probes, okay, 1 probe, but just trade sentries and high Templars for anything, basically. And I managed to sneak out on my ghosts when I realized that I was losing the fight. which is a big deal because they're still at pretty much energy. So yeah, now I realized that he had Colossi. I put down another starport and just churn out a lot of Vikings. And my plan now is to wait until I get 2-2 and around maybe 12-ish Vikings, because I don't want him to get... I realized that I'm ahead, and I don't want him to get a huge army, because then that advantage would be not as big. Even though he's ahead in supply, I am ahead in tech. Like, he's a Protoss player and he should be ahead in upgrades. He shouldn't be behind. And I think I have more... No, he has pretty many production buildings as well. I think I thought I was more ahead in this game than I actually was. But I would still say that I'm in a fairly good position. He is ahead in supply because he has so many... Like, making Templar Zealot is very easy to get a lot of supply because, well, you spend 100 minerals on the Zealot and then the gas on Templars, and they're both 2 supply each. Compared to if you were making Stalkers, which are 125-50 but still only 2 supply, his army would be smaller supply-wise. And I'm ahead in army value because ghosts are really expensive, and so are Vikings. So yeah, getting my 4th. At this point I'm just waiting for enough Vikings, and I am a player that really likes to have a lot of Vikings when engaging Colossus, because I think that playing against Protoss is basically just about negating the Colossus and Templars, and then you deal with the rest cost effectively, because, well, Stalkers and Zealots aren't really super strong against Marine Marauder Medevac. So as long as I kill the Colossus and the Templar, it should be fine. So yeah, I tend to get like around 16-ish Vikings. Obviously, if he only has like 1 Colossus or something, that's not very good for me, but I guess 3 Colossi, I think it's okay. I've seen a lot of players go for like 8 Vikings or something, but whenever I do that, they just get sniped, and then 2 more Colossi are left standing. So yeah, I saw that he had really slow upgrades, but also that he has 2-2. So my thought process was that if I hit 3-3 and he's only at 2-2, that's a really big timing for me to attack. Fighting some about the Salnaga Tower. I'm getting my 4th when I delayed his 4th by sending some units here, forcing him to send Zealots here. Very much so a campy game at this point, not much happening. Building additional barracks and command center since I'm maxed. Another command center for orbital commands. He has a DT, which I see. I scan and see 1, 2, 3 Colossus and Templar. Send in my factory again just to be able to... Yeah, it has so much HP, so you might as well do it for scouting. Now I run in, kill the Colossi. I spread them out so that his storms wouldn't be able to kill all the Vikings at once. Now when all the Colossi are gone, I just EMP and kill the rest. Like I killed his Templar as well, so as I said earlier, when the Templar and Colossi are gone, the Marine Marauder Medevac Ghosts can just do whatever they want with the rest, unless they're outnumbered. And now I rescue my Vikings. Like, even though I kill those Colossus extremely easy and have like 15 Vikings left, the Colossi did like no damage at all, and I was able to kill the Colossus fast enough to save many of my Vikings. If they would have been killing the Colossi for another 20 seconds, I might have lost 4 Vikings instead of 1. That's just my way of thinking. And now I leave a couple of units here just to be able to kill another attempt of taking a fourth. And I intended to leave a medevac as well. Yeah, here we go. Just to be able to heal them up and possibly escape with them if he sends like 10 zealots, or drop. So I saw him moving out with my factory in here, and at this point I know that I only have to defend the planetary fortress in the middle and I will be fine. Yeah, he has a really bad army as well, like pure zealots and 2 archons. No Templar, no Guardian shields. I see a lot of Protoss that don't make any sentries in the late game, and it's so nice to have, like, if you have 4 Colossus, have 1 Guardian shield save them from the Vikings. It's 4 damage per Viking that you negate, and it's only like 100 gas. And if you can, it's very good for the cells against Marines as well. But yeah, it's really hard for a Tyrant to snipe a sentry by the Colossus because they're so far back. So now I just try to kill the Colossi, kill the Observer, go invisible, and boom, kill everything. I probably could just aim move and kill him, but I was playing it safe. And I'm not sure why I moved back though. Yeah, I did a drop, but he was repaired and killed it all. 3 kills. Okay, so this is a little bit too much of spooning, I guess. I see that he's on 3 bases, so I'm just... Yeah, there's no way for me to lose, and this army composition, even though it's maxed, it's extremely bad. Extremely bad. Pure Zealots and 3 Archons. Archons are relatively good, but Stalkers and Zealots in this mass are never good. No Colossi. Templars, yes, a couple of Templars, but they're not with his army, so he can't attack. And I have, well, you might say that all these Vikings are wasted at this point. Well, not wasted, but useless. But I still think that this army should be able to deal with almost any amount of non-Colossi army if I impede High Templars in time. And they're good at killing observers. So I sniped both the Templars that were standing here, and now attack at this choke. There's nothing he can do. Impede Archons. GG. In the meantime, my Vikings are clearing up his base. Plus 3 Vikings have actually got a really good DPS because they're relatively fast attacking. I remember when they used to have 2 more damage in the beta, but then Blizzard nerfed it. So yeah, that's it. GG. That was Evil Geniuses replay analysis. If you liked it, go check out more of them at evilgeniuses.net.